Wars.
Yeah, dude. I guess there's kind of some big news, isn't there?
This week?
I mean, you got
The Fast
Kanye
Fuzz in
porn?
Prime.
Oh
Kanye
yeah,
doing
true. I
Pornhub.
heard
Phase.
Kanye Pornhub.
phase.
That's the first thing that the
the
freaking members
Nintendo
only
Party
stream
mod?
heard is Kanye porn.
Oh, not the Fast Fuzz in Prime.
It's honestly
Yeah, there
something-
was a Logan Paul debated that too, which is pretty interesting.
Fast Fuzz
Oh
in
yeah,
Prime.
that was cool. I saw his response video. It was pretty good though. His response was like actually good.
It was good, but it was also extremely bad because he
Oh.
did a lot of ad hominem. He made fun of the person rather than stating facts
is-
a lot of times. And I think if he would have taken that out, I would have considered it a good response. But because he
Well-
did attack the person, we'll talk about it on the podcast though. We can talk about it. on the
Right,
podcast.
right. I
Anyways,
didn't even watch the full video. I just saw clips. I want to make that clear too.
I watched
I
the
just saw
entire
clips
thing.
like him arguing some of his points, and I was like, that's pretty crazy
It's
that he
probably
even
like 2
responded.
minutes. It's probably like 2 minutes long.
Oh, okay.
In total,
Maybe
so
I
it
did
wasn't
watch
super
something
long.
then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wash
anyways.
my hands. I just ate a bunch of chips. I'll be right back.
Oh. We're playing Bonk. I'm gonna start the game.
Bonk. 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 Bing bong, bing bong. Gonna do it's bing bong, bing bong. How do I play?
You move around with WASD,
It's not letting me.
then try arrow keys.
Racist. Screw you, racist carrot. You ever seen that video? Pendulum.
You're supposed to get
Brody,
into
when
this game.
When you connected to the radio at work or the aux at work when it was me and Jackson. Do you remember
No,
that?
that's not me. I don't have access to the aux.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's probably Jersey.
Was he with you?
I don't know. Was he?
It was because it was when you like drove around the building like.
Yeah,
3
that was
times or something.
Jersey. Yeah.
Dang, dude. No, we were swamped. It was just me and Jackson, and we had to go through the rush with no music playing because Jersey
Oh,
connected,
no.
and then once he drove away, the music turned off and it wouldn't turn back on. Like it didn't connect mine again. So
Oh,
and it
what?
didn't even connect the regular music.
I
Yeah, it
think
didn't even play the
no. I
regular
think
music.
Kayla was
It
with
was
us
just
because
silent.
she said I'm gonna put it on Sonos, and then she didn't. I guess.
Well, yeah, it like it sounded like it played it for a minute and then it just stopped. And so then I was like, okay, like I don't know what's going on. So we had to go through the rush in silence
That's rough, bro.
because it was
This is Jersey's fault.
the line was pretty backed up and it was just us two, and so I wasn't gonna get on my phone and turn on music.
Should have plugged your own music.
We were going to Cheese, but then we ended up having to play this because we had to reschedule it, so we had to play this. Anyways, let's start the podcast.
Wait. Is there anything else that we all have downloaded that we could play?
I don't think so.
What do you have
Any
downloaded?
ideas? I mean, just because like, I feel I don't think the podcast will get as much traction with if we're playing Ponk.
I don't know,
as,
man.
like-
I don't know. I feel like
Another-
there's, or honestly, like our better podcasts. I think we were playing random games.
Really?
Yeah, it's just that we need to be able to stay focused mainly more than anything else.
I think we can with this game because this game's not as like. I mean, I can kind of play this game brain dead if you know what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I was looking for too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
then
our best one was this Gideon one, and in it we were playing. It's podcast 8. I don't know what we were playing though. Trying to fit it. We were playing lasers. Yeah, bro. It's not a big game at all. That was just super small.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then
What,
let me see if I can
have
find
we
our.
figured out any connection as to why they Dude, wait.
I think I
Also
was streaming on
BO3 is
that one.
$20 right now if you guys want to get BO. I already have it, but if
I already
you guys
have
don't have
BO3.
BO3,
I already have
okay,
BO3.
bet.
You
I'm gonna
stood
get
me up.
BO2 as well. I
know.
did not. I swear to God. We'll play.
Trying to find another big one that we've had.
I'm gonna buy BO2 real quick.
How much is BO2?
It's $20.
Oh
Dude, that-
shoot, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's like a.
How much is BO1?
Let me find it on our channel.
Probably
sure.
also $20. Sorry, I got a little off topic. There's an
Oh, it
Activision
is
store.
$20.
I'm trying to find which ones did the best for the thing.
Yeah, I looked
I'll
at them at
get
one point.
1 and 2.
The only
'Cause we had one
thing
that
though is
recently
that the
did decent too. I feel like.
content for this game. Oh, okay. If you buy all the DLCs on their own, they're half off. But don't buy like the pass.
The pass.
Yeah, don't buy like the season pass for all the zombies maps for BO2
Oh,
because you can buy them all singly half off for some reason.
So recently, it looks like the best one was Friends versus Friends, which was a good game.
That was a really good game, dude. I still want to play that game.
The
Well,
last
not
week one
necessarily
was
for the game.
Splitgate. The Splitgate one did well compared to the ones that have recently done. And then Power Washing Simulator 1 did well.
Do we know why they
Halo
kind of, like-
Master Chief did well.
that one was fun. That one was fun too.
Rocket Racing did well with Sully Brett.
oh yeah. Brody played Infinite for the
What-
first time last night.
Brawlhalla did well.
Really?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a couple I don't think it has to do with the game really. I think other than like obviously we need to be able to be
Some of
brain
it's
dead.
kind of luck.
There's some that's brain dead games.
Well, it's some of the whether
has to-
it blows up or not is luck partially. I
Yeah,
feel like.
it's topics. I need to be pinging the Discord at the right times, because that's probably the biggest thing is I need to be
Yeah.
pinging the Discord at the right time because the premiere doing well is really really important.
And I apologize for not being at the last two premieres. I worked both times, so
Yeah.
that's why I wasn't there. But if I don't work this Monday, I'll be there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna I'll set a reminder on my phone so that I know. But
I'll be absent from the next few premieres. I'll be on Kanye West's new website.
True.
that's great.
Okay. Anyways, we can get into the game and the podcast now. I'm gonna take a big old gulp of water right now.
Already, you might gulp it up, Brody.
Boom. Excuse me. Oh, also the best podcast I did is when I. The best podcast have been when I promoted it the most on the streams.
Okay, bet.
When I promote them really hard on the streams, then they do really good. I think a lot of it is just that I'm not promoting it enough as well. Everybody, like, if we can all promote it really well, then it'll do better. It'll do better.
I'm making Nuck with social media.
I can like put it on my own Instagram. I mean, it's not like a.
You
wouldn't
don't
put it on
have
my music
to.
account, like on my normal Instagram. I mean,
No.
I like it.
I mean, it's whatever. Ultimately, it's just like a thing that I don't know. The podcast is just kind of like a way of me focusing my thoughts a lot of times for videos. And also, like, you know, if a podcast does well, I'm excited, you know?
No, and it is fun.
It's also a way to explain what I do to a lot of people that don't understand what I do on YouTube.
What do you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Like just talking about content.
Yeah. Because I can say, oh, I have a podcast. If they're like, do you have a podcast? I'm like, oh, yeah, I have a podcast. And that's the easiest way to explain it without going in depth, you know? All right. Anyways,
Right.
here we go. I'm going to start the game, and then I'll start the recording. So nobody move. Welcome to the Internet Culture Podcast. Today on this game, we are playing Bonk.io. Bonk.io is a game that I used to play in middle school when I was done with my math homework. It's actually a pretty great game. If you haven't checked it out, it's worth a couple minutes for sure. It's also a game that you can play when you're not thinking about anything whatsoever, because it's so brain dead, bro. I'm literally just a ball moving around in the space. With that being said, we got some big old topics today. The first one is, you know, you guys know I love Nintendo. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I have a freaking Donkey Kong tattoo on my arm. How much I love Nintendo. Well, not Nintendo itself, but the Nintendo products. And recently Nintendo did something pretty evil. And ultimately, I think
Despicable.
the person that is most able to explain this situation is Nuckwit. So Nuckwit, without further ado, go ahead and talk about this situation.
All right. So if you're familiar with the game Gary's Mod, you know that there's Gary, and he has his mod. Well, one of Gary's mods happened to involve a lot of Nintendo characters, and
Mario.
recently Nintendo has become aware of this despicable act that Gary's mod has committed, and so they have recently issued DMCA cease and desist to remove all the Nintendo content from Gary's mod, and this actually goes a little bit deeper because it can there's a lot of Gary's mod based internet creators like YouTubers and streamers and all that are gonna be largely affected by this going forward. I can guarantee it. So it's kind of tragic. But yeah,
It is kind of a big deal, but well, cause like the Mario and like all those assets, people have been using those. I mean, for probably over a decade, right? Like,
yeah.
way more. I mean, it's been a long time.
I mean, yeah,
It's kind of
over
weird
20
that
years.
they're just now. Yeah, no, it's kind of weird they're just now doing anything about it, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, 20 years worth of content, and I would.
Gary's
I would
mod has been
argue that
around since 2004.
2004. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
it's
dumb-
been a while. Man.
Why did
Actually,
I say
2000
2004?
Actually,
Okay.
the pre build goes back to like 2003, so it's an old game, very old game,
Yeah, man.
and
It
it's
is
still
still kind of like-
popping.
Yeah, especially within its own, community and stuff.
Yeah, and I would even argue that a lot of Gary's mod related things are iconic. Like Skibidi Toilet originates from Skibidi Toilet models originate from Half-Life, but Gary's mod's like what it's made in and SFM, but like so it's wild. And I think we're going to start seeing like more Nintendo related content being removed from like Source games in general. And if you don't know what Source is, that's basically the engine Gary's mod runs on. It's like Valve's like original engine that they made, and there's a lot of other games where you can use mods like Left 4 Dead that I think Nintendo's going to start realizing they're on those markets as well, and they're going to start making games take a lot of stuff down that's dare near I say like you got normal Nintendo Mario, and then you also got Gary's mod Mario, and I think Gary's mod Mario is just as iconic as Nintendo Mario, bro.
In a way, it kind of is.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, like, and has seen like animations and clips of like some sort of like fever dream-esque like animation made on
Yeah.
Gary's mod.
Yeah.
So it's really
Are you eating
it's
lunch?
really kind of crazy what's going on right now. But we'll see how it goes. I think that this is just the start of Nintendo doing a lot more of this, if I had to guess. You know what I'm saying? Like because they're willing to take down this thing that's been doing it for 20 years. Like they'll take down. I think they're gonna start just like you said with like Half-Life and its mods. Like I think they're gonna start doing all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really upsetting to see, in my opinion. But I mean, it is within their rights, right? Like I understand. Like
They're known for doing stuff like this though. That stuff that
Yeah.
you don't
It's
don't
kinda
necessarily have to do, but they do because they're just greedy.
I mean, I get they're within their rights and all that, but my problem is like you got all these other game companies that like see this as like a way to promote their game, like their actual like franchises.
Oh, yeah.
Like so many game companies, not even related to like PC gaming, are on this site this engine that's been running for like over 20 years. That is where a lot of fans of these franchises go to like celebrate that specific franchise. And I think by removing that, it sort of just like kills any. We're not going to see it now, but like in the future, we're going to start seeing like, people being less and less intrigued by like Nintendo properties in general, just because, yeah, they're silencing anytime they try to like create something to celebrate it,
And I think this is just the start of it.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, Nintendo does a lot of stuff like this, though. It just sucks
they have
because
forever.
they've done stuff like stopping Smash Bros tournaments too, like stuff
Yeah.
that doesn't have
Oh,
anything
I've
to do
heard
with
about
them.
that.
Just stopping
Yeah.
random Smash Bros tournaments just because they don't have the rights to do it on that weekend or whatever. It's just like, why are you doing that? They're playing your game. They're excited about your game. Why are you doing that? It's none of these people that are playing Nintendo-based Gmod games hate Nintendo. Like they're playing it because they like Nintendo. It's giving you advertising. It's free advertising.
Yeah,
So it just doesn't
well-
make sense why they're getting rid of it.
I think what they think they're doing is like because they want to keep a more kid-friendly like tone. I think they think it's like kind of slandering their characters and stuff. Is my only guess for why they would do this. But I know they've been doing this forever, and it's been a problem forever. I think they're just worried about like slandering their company's name. Is my guess because if you make an animation on there, you can have Mario say whatever you want. You can have anything happen like immature or not immature but like adult jokes and stuff.
I think there was a YouTuber that actually had. That's the reason he got like DMCA was exactly that. It was Super Mario Logan or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Super Mario Logan's a big one. So I think it's just stuff like that they're worried about. But I mean, yeah, they have been doing this forever, so it's not surprising. I think it's something we all knew was coming, and we're just waiting for it to happen. And it's sad to see it happen, but I think it's something we all knew would eventually happen. Is at least my take on it. But yeah, I feel like we've covered that more than well enough.
Yeah, for sure. The next thing I think I want to talk about is another game-related issue, and then we'll switch to some non-game stuff. But FaZe basically, there's not really even much to talk about here. FaZe just basically cut over 60 people out of their roster to rebrand, and it's actually a big deal. If you guys don't know what FaZe is, I honestly don't blame you anymore. FaZe recently has been a pile of crap, bro. It's not interesting at all. They have a failed organization, and so what they're doing is they're rebranding, and in part of their rebrand, they have this FaZe clan, not to be confused with any other clan, and this FaZe clan contains a lot of people that rely on FaZe for their income. They are streamers, they are content creators, they are gamers, whatever. With that being said,
it's been around forever.
A lot of these people that used to be part of FaZe are not going to be part of FaZe anymore. They cut all of them this morning, today. This is April 27th, the filming of this podcast. It'll come out a couple days later. But they cut all of their members, all of them, except a couple of people that are either OGs or are just too relevant to cut. That's basically all I found. Like Nick Merckx, he wasn't necessarily an OG, but he is a cool dude, so they kept him. It's just like, or like people like Stable Ronaldo, which like isn't a huge name, like not a huge name, but he's a big name in the streaming industry. They're basically cutting everyone. I think it's kind of messed up that they're doing this now. Some of these people had no clue that they were going to get cut, which sucks.
A lot of them didn't.
A lot of them didn't know yet. A lot of them didn't know that they were going to get cut, which is just something that's kind of just rough in total. I mean, you shouldn't have to wake up and have to worry about your job. And for a lot of these people, they are only relevant because of FaZe. They are only relevant because of FaZe, which is crazy.
Oh, I'm loading back in.
Did you see the psych out?
Brody, you said there was some sort of build-up off stream.
There was a little bit of build-up. There's been a little bit of small build-up because according to the FaZe OGs and the people at the top of FaZe, the original OGs have membership now. They are now own their FaZe clan again, which is something that they haven't owned for a while because they went public. There's a lot of politics that go into that, but ultimately, I think just talking about, hey, like these people clearly had an issue and they're just being dropped by FaZe because for really no big reason. It just all sucks. It just all sucks, and I hate to see it, but I do hope that some good can come out of this because FaZe is a big organization. It's been a big part of my childhood. Everybody wanted to be in FaZe clan.
Organization. I think that's like why they did it is because they want the
attention again, yeah.
And they haven't been relevant.
They really haven't been.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I guess when all of us were kids, FaZe was a big deal, man. People like at school, people talk about FaZe, like FaZe Clan, like that was like the biggest thing in gaming, especially in like first-person shooters and stuff, right? Like Call of Duty, it was a big deal. Like FaZe was a huge deal, and yeah, it was like these were considered like the best of the best players, and so people would change their names just to like make it look like they were part of the clan, like in Call of Duty and stuff like that, which is just crazy. And they've been declining for a long time. I feel like they've been a steady decline, and no one really takes their name as serious as they once did. And I think that's definitely why they were like, okay, we're gonna just go to the chopping block. But I will say that Brody's right. How they went about it was probably the worst thing they could have done, ever. I mean, it was pretty horrible. there was build-up in terms of like everyone knew the company was like kind of going downhill, but there was no build-up in the way that of letting your own employees know what was happening, right? Which is pretty screwed up in my opinion. And I don't know, man. I think it was a good decision, and the way they went about it was a horrible way. And
I agree. Posting
I think
publicly on Twitter is kind of crazy.
I had no idea what
Exactly.
FaZe actually was. I thought it was a meme growing up, dude. I didn't know they were an actual like legit organization until much later.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, they're big, man. So like, it's kind of crazy to see how they went about this. But, anyways, all we can do is pray for the people harmed and hope things turn out for the best. I still hope the business does, or FaZe Clan does well, because like I said, they were once so like cool and strong, in a way that I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this. So yeah.
It'll be very interesting. The next thing I want to talk about is Logan Paul. Why are we talking about Logan Paul again for the 50th time? Well, the reason why we're talking about Logan Paul is because Logan Paul has PFAs, which are life-threatening chemicals in Prime. Allegedly, according to a guy on TikTok. This guy he's a lawyer. He claims to be a lawyer representing people in a class action lawsuit against Prime. It's pretty damning evidence as far as what he's shown. PFAs are something that is not allowed to be in drinks, obviously. They are forever chemicals. They are life-threatening chemicals, and it's not a good thing that they were/are in Prime. That being said, Logan Paul had a very convincing counter argument that he posted on his TikTok. It was about a 3-minute long video where Logan Paul talks in depth about PFAs and how they are not in Prime. With that being said, do we take Logan Paul's word for anything? Not really. That dude's an a-hole. I mean, there's no way to get around that he's not a good guy.
Oh, no.
Damn.
He's not a good guy. He's not a great guy.
Yeah.
And
no one likes Logan.
And also, one thing I want to talk about in his response is that he does address the claims. He addresses the claims pretty adequately, honestly. The claims are very adequately addressed. You can very clearly see that he cares about the drink, or at least his PR team cares about the drink enough to come up with some pretty good counter arguments. The only issue is Logan Paul's issue, which is being a dickhead and making fun of the lawyer that was representing the opposite side at every possible chance. He tells him to get a haircut during it. He makes fun of him multiple times. He puts edits in that make fun of him in edited pictures, and he is just genuinely an a-hole. It was not a good thing to do that Logan Paul did there. He did provide great evidence against what the guy's saying, but he also provided terrible what's called ad hominem, which means that he was basically instead of attacking someone's facts and logic, he instead was attacking someone's looks and how they are as a person, which is just gross. It's gross and it's wrong. It's not the way you debate someone, and it's not the way you win a PR battle. With that being said, do I think that PFAs are in Logan Paul's prime after the response video that he made? Not really. I don't think that there is as many PFAs, and if there is, it's something that most of the industry has rather than some of the industry.
Which is still not a good thing.
Still not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Obviously, PFAs in your drinking water is not a good thing, and it's something that we need to fight against. But clearly, it's not at the micro of Prime. It's at the macro of U.S. society in general. There's been studies shown where PFAs have been found in your water sources as well, in your regular water sources, just literally tap water. So it's not a great thing. I've looked into this a lot after I made my recent video on it, actually. I made a video on it, and I looked into it, and I looked into Logan Paul's counterclaims, and I did a lot of personal research because I wanted to do even more research than I already did. And there is PFAs in water as well. I found that there is PFAs in Prime, but there's also PFAs in your water. There's also PFAs in your other drinking water. There's also cancerous elements in Gatorade and Powerade and everything. So the point is you shouldn't drink anything except water, and realistically, you should be looking at where your water comes from too. With that being,
what water would you recommend?
heavily purified water. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to say, you know, because you have to say, oh, well, is purified water the best? Well, you just have to look into a lot of things. You just have to look into a lot of things. Ultimately, there's things that are going to kill you and there's things that are going to impact you, and you can't be super, super careful, you know? It's impossible to be careful. I mean, the sun will give you cancer, man. Ultimately.
Everything gives you cancer, yeah.
Yeah, I mean... So ultimately, you kind of have to look at everything and say, hey, you know, this is a bad thing that Logan Paul did. He went against this argument in a wrong way, but technically he is correct in his argument. And I'd like to say that for sure. And I'd like to note that. I don't know. But anyways, with that being said, I think we want to talk about another big topic that we have. We are bringing back the Weekly Kanye with Cyril's big topic of today.
Guys, it's a sad day. Kanye's newest announcement is something that he claims on his recent announcement is, or his team's recent announcement is something that he's wanted to get into for a long time. He wants to begin his own line of pornography.
No Diddy.
Porn. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
And
we checked this out. No Diddy.
It's real. It's pretty screwed up stuff. He made multiple claims talking about it. As you can guess, he got horrible backlash. Well, actually, you know what? Before we even get into the backlash, I want to start with this. There's multiple tweets that have been shown from a year ago now, discussing Kanye's like current take versus a year ago, where he was making posts about how pornography is one of the worst things for our society and it destroyed his family and all sorts of stuff. Not even a year ago, just across his entire career, there's tons of clips you can find, tons of stuff where he is adamantly arguing against it. Several songs where he goes against it, you know, talking about how it's ruined his career or how it's ruined his family and everything like that. And it was made to, it has human trafficking involved, all sorts of stuff like that. But all of a sudden, he seems to have changed his point through his obvious sex addiction that, it's something that he's wanted to get into his entire life. There's a tweet you can find from exactly a year ago, or it's like a year and a half ago, where he literally says that it's a horrible thing, it's a horrible industry, and we need to end it and destroy it. He talks about how like from when he was like 9 years old, he found his father's Playboy magazine, and that was the start of like the way he's viewed women for the rest of his life, and it's horrible, is what he says.
And that's so. But now, that's true. I mean, that's how it does hurt people for the most part.
But now
I don't think
he's starting online where he's been allegedly calling actors and actresses in asking them to join his company is horrible stuff. It's very disappointing of him, because we've seen him do an entire 180 over the last year and a half of maybe 2 years of who he once was, and it's really sad. So I don't know.
He was never that much of a romantic.
He could never take the intimacy.
That's why he's starting a porn website.
He went all the way. But yeah, man, it's pretty horrible stuff. So it's just, you know, we can hope and pray that it doesn't go through. He has a lot of business ventures that he said he'll get into that he never finishes.
Hopefully he doesn't get in this one, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's my hope. But apparently they've already like started recording allegedly and all sorts of stuff like that. So we'll see what. Yeah. So we'll see what.
I was there. I was their cameraman.
He was the Brody 2WD was there.
Dude, sign me up, bro. What?
Yeah. We'll see what comes of this. Pretty
what the
pretty horrible stuff. So but yeah, I mean there's not much more to talk about on that, to be honest.
Dude, this game is randomly so fun, but it's also brain dead, bro. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty brain dead. Oh. But yeah, do you guys have anything you want to add to that? I feel like it's very hypocritical, pretty horrible stuff.
Don't get involved in porn, bro. I've never known anyone who's like, yes, I love my porn addiction. That's never something that happens.
That's never been something.
I don't think anybody has ever said that, except porn stars themselves. And eventually, when they get old and their name is all over the internet and they have kids, normally it impacts them very negatively, actually. You know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's horrible. It really is horrible. So we'll see what comes of it. I hope it's not.
Well, hopefully not much is coming.
Hopefully nothing. Hopefully nothing.
Kanye West, he
But
should
if
make a video called 4 Girls, 1 Finger Painting. He should recreate that one. That's a good one.
Who's the guy actually now?
Who? What guy? This guy that I am?
Or 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I'd like to see a remaster.
Oh. Oh, I did see. Actually, I do want to bring this point, which I don't think this is true, but I think it's just people holding on for hope that it's just a that it's just a ploy for his new like clothing line or whatever. Like in his next line of clothing, it's just like a setup for that, like to bring publicity to his name for his album or for a new line of clothing that he's trying to start. So we'll see what comes of it, man. But all we can do is hope. But yeah, I think we're good enough on that topic.
Honestly, yeah.
OnlyFans.
I think we came and reported on that topic.
There's one thing. Adam22, for those of you who know Adam.
Oh my gosh, of course, the No Jumper
commented
podcast,
on it.
man.
He commented on it and he said, Kanye, whatever you do, do not get your wife involved. Showing his absolute regret for his actions before.
I think it's mostly a joke, though. It's gotta be.
It could be, but it was an official statement by him, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is the AI Aiden Ross. It's actually kind of a funny situation more than anything else. Aiden Ross had there's basically an AI of him that was him saying, break your camera, break your monitor, break your this, and it's just an AI Aiden Ross. Yeah, I'll buy you a Lambo. I'll buy you a Hellcat if you put a hole in your wall. Like, what is this? Like, it's the stupidest thing ever, but apparently people were actually getting tricked by this, and people were actually getting, like, scammed and thinking they were going to get a Hellcat for putting a hole in their wall. And, like, this is a real, like chat, this is real. It was so real, and it's the stupidest thing ever. And the real thing that baffles me is that Aiden Ross hasn't come out with any type of statement, any type of anything about this stuff. He like literally doesn't care. He probably thinks it's funny
and
secretly,
it's pretty predominant.
It's a big thing. It's on what's called the Monkey app, which is basically just off-brand Omegle. And it's like the craziest thing. It did. It just did. I mean, obviously, like, come on now, bro. Why would people think that Omegle could just leave and not be replaced by something so much worse? You know?
Yeah. Which it seemingly has. So.
Like most things are.
It is weird that he hasn't commented on it though, because I've seen it happen like quite a bit. Is it just one guy, or is it multiple people doing this? Do we know?
Not actually sure. Damn it.
This game sucks.
We're cooked. Okay, anyways, yeah, I think it's just one guy or a couple of different... I mean, honestly, the AI technology is so easy now that you don't even have to do much. And you can just get AI.
No! Oh!
You guys are cooked. You guys are cooked.
I hate this
but yeah, dude, it's the stupidest thing ever, and I hate it. Anyways, with that being said, let's talk about something that is even more stupid, and it's the Rooster Teeth finally being done.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought they were done. I thought we talked about it.
No, but officially now, the final podcast has aired.
They had their last podcast, their last live stream yesterday. It was basically like their last day of like production before they actually get closed in May. They still got like the final Ruby and Red vs. Blue season coming out, but apparently Red vs. Blue is gonna be like its own movie now or something that you're gonna have to buy. But yeah, they had like their last thing. The only thing I have to say is that like even in their final like stream and podcast, they had like a bunch of people on. I had no idea who like any of them were except for like 2 people, bro. That's like the major highlight of why I think they're fallen off is because it's just there's so many people there. You don't really recognize all of them.
Yeah, dude, it's actually crazy though. It's actually sad and it's crazy,
situation.
and I think it kind of brings us into our last topic. Not actually at all. Our last topic has nothing to do with that at all. Sketch married Faith Ordway. Why the hell did he do this? What is this? Why did he marry Faith Ordway? It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. If you don't know who Sketch is and you don't know who Faith Ordway is the girl that a lot of dudes have wanted to get with for a while. She is a big person. Not person. She's like a big
Influencer?
she's an influencer. She doesn't have an OnlyFans, but she's like in that crowd type beat, you know? She's just a very attractive woman is the point. She's just an attractive woman. I have a wife, by the way, and not attractive to me. But she's attractive to the masses. And that means that she is sought after. Those of us that don't have a wife, she's attractive to. And Sketch married her. It's actually the craziest thing. But I want to talk about how do we think that this is ruining marriage?
So I actually saw a clip after where she said the marriage was fake in that they are dating though. The marriage was just a joke. It was a bit for the stream, and they're actually dating. So it's not real at all.
Do we think that she has Sketch's best interest in mind? How did you answer?
It's an internet relationship, so I mean, that's really hard to determine.
Yeah, I don't. I've seen. Yeah, it is. I've seen tons of things like this where people are like with Brecky Hill and Jinxie, people are like, do not ruin him, do not do him dirty, because they just kind of like expect her to. And I don't know if it's one of those same situations because I know nothing about her. I have seen multiple clips where she's like, her and Sketch are like, no, like we actually just like hanging out with each other a lot, and like we decided to start dating.
I mean, he's funny, so it's not like a matter of like he's ugly and she's pretty.
too.
No, he's funny, he's a good person, and he's like actually a nice guy, you know? I mean, I don't blame him.
But those are like the type of people that like can be taken advantage of too, and I think that's why people are worried. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it.
So I think that's more or less where it comes back to, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I think I don't think she has any negative intent at the moment. I think at the most it's probably just for publicity.
The way you say negative is kind of funny to me.
What'd I say?
Say negative again.
Negative.
It's like nay. It's like no.
How am I supposed to say it?
No, say it again. Say it again.
Negative.
What? I don't know. It's just your accent,
How do
man.
you say it? You say it.
It's throwing me out. Negative.
Negative.
It's not even like I'm not. It's just funny, man. It's just funny. I don't know. I've noticed you said that sometimes. At least you don't say. Well, what was it that you said? I say. I said something like. I don't know. There was something that I said that you said it was funny. I like said an acronym. Acronism. Yes, acronism. Yes.
It was a whole video, and then I know what I remember. I was like, Brody, like you said this, and like multiple people commented it, and you're like, yeah, bro, but now they're commenting.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, okay, I guess Brody's just playing 4D chess.
Yeah, bro. Anyways, I think that's the end of the video. Now that I did a little bit of a self-make fun of too there. Okay, so it's not just me bullying Cyril, guys. Don't comment that I'm bullying Cyril.
Guys,
Don't comment that. Please don't comment that. Please don't comment.
I'd actually like to make an announcement that starting today, I will actually not be nice to Cyril anymore just because he stood me up on Black Ops so many times.
I did not say you.
Wow.
Whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
that's the end of the
whoa,
stream.
whoa.
We're gonna go fight now. We're gonna go fight. See you beat-ups later.
They go get in the ring.
Boxing match. Creator Clash.
I gotta pee.